Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 22:11 on Sunday night. I had sort of my head to do it in the morning, this video, as I not leave it till 10 o'clock. I told them when they are staying in the castle to avail of the opportunity of seeing the grounds in the morning and walking about if it's fine. And I thought I might maybe go into town for a couple of pints, but I changed my mind because I was tired after being only a few hours sleep last night after playing poker and driving all day. So I fell asleep there for an hour and a half on the bed. I was watching the Chiefs game. They blew the Raiders out of it 31-0. Um, they're playing better the last couple of games. They're doing okay. The offense has improved with Rashid Rice back now and Worthy playing well. Kelsey as well. I think 9 of them caught uh, the ball tonight off Mahomes. So I decided I'd do it tonight instead. I might snake down to see what price a pint is here in Loch Esk. It's some spot. I left people several times here before, and I think this is my first time staying deluxe. If the rooms were small in Galway in the Dean Hotel, they're huge here and a huge bathroom. Reminds me of, I brought a fellow one time, he was from a mechanic or a welder from Kilmacanog in Wicklow. I brought him to the box suites in Gaelic Park or Croke Park in Dublin. He'd never been there before. To the Wicklow was playing in a quarter final, I think, and I had tickets and brought him in, and he went into the bathroom, and it's tiled floor to ceiling. And he was admiring, and he was saying, the only thing that's missing, he says, you'd imagine they'd have someone here to take him out for you. It's nearly the same here, that they nearly have someone on standby for you to help you. But we left Galway at 9 o'clock. Had the breakfast, a quick breakfast after done that video this morning up to the cathedral, and they were ready when I landed back with suitcases at the door, and we were gone at 9:01. And we pulled in Knock for about 45 minutes, and then we had planned to pull in Sligo, but I said we'll plough on, seeing that it's Sunday. We'd head on to Donegal and get lunch before the rush. It's a good job we got 2 of the last 3 vacant tables. So when you have 11 going into a place, you won't get all of them seated together. So we got a place for 7 and 4, which suited, as the crowd is sort of 7 adults, including me, and 4, they call them the kids, even though they're mid-20s of that. Good meal there, and then a couple of pints of local ale. And then they walked around for a while in the Dundee Castle, and we didn't go to Slieve League. So we came out here, and I didn't see them since that time. It was about 4 o'clock or that. So I'm back into town, and I put water in the bus and got oil for it, and got a few apple turnovers and stuff. Had a cup of coffee there a few minutes ago. Full as a tick. So I might have a couple of pints tomorrow night. We're staying in Athlone tomorrow night, so probably finish up in Sean's Bar tomorrow night. Today we had what? Well, a winner in a couple of places. We finished ahead. Salal was very disappointing. Very keen coming out of late coming out of the stalls, and a bit keen after that, threw his race away. Talk in the Park ran a grand race. That'll make a nice stayer in time because it's very lightly raced and it's a young horse over fences. Immutable finished 5th. So they were 2 each way. Will do tired, not fit. You'd imagine maybe they might be aiming for the Paddy Power or something with him, or maybe the Taestes or something in the spring. Bumpy Evans, God almighty save us and bless us, how far he was ahead. And he lost, he wears his heart in his sleeve. He just got in too close a couple of times, which made the difference in winning and losing. Like he was 1 to 100 at one point. I was watching it on the phone. But he's a tearaway altogether. If he ever could come through him to like 3 miles 5 at that speed and he just to get collared, just absolutely powdered. And then we had Skippingandajumpin. Dylan Brown McManigal was listening to me this morning. He said that man is talking sense. I said, come wide, don't be going up through them. And he did. And at one point he was saying, oh, Jesus, is he going to get there? But he got there. And actually, he's declared for tomorrow, whether he in Gowran Park in the 219. Whether he runs or not is another story. So anyway, that's the end of the week. It wasn't a bad week. We finished ahead of them. On to tomorrow. There was a couple of long races that I'd like to target my knowledge at, and there is now some of these jockeys, they nearly want to be strapped on so that they wouldn't fall off. But Jedhi Knight, we were on him the last time, if you will remember, when he came round the turn for home, and Russian Rumour stayed on the far side of the track, and he came up on the rail. Beaten by 12 lengths, but stayed on. And you think that tomorrow he's a relentless galloper. He won a race in the stewards' room when he was carried across the track by Star of Jupiter. Then it was hampered and a lot of shuffling and schmozzling going on at the 2 furlong pole in Newcastle. He likes a bit of cut on the ground. It's good ground tomorrow. He was ran at Ponty before. He was behind Captain Potter. That's where I sort of seen him first, and sort of a steer. So I'm hoping that he'd have the stamina to win tomorrow, and Becky Smith wouldn't be a bad jockey in the irons. Throne Hall, you'd imagine, needs less of a trip. Wannabe a Wallaby, that let us down before. Stamina being the case, we'd go for that. 9-4. Another one here that I had picked out, Alien Storm. We could do them 2 singles and a double. Alien Storm likes Plumpton. It's rated 120 now. It won off 120 before. Where? In Plumpton. And it won in Plumpton. How did that happen? Won in Plumpton before here on good ground last September. That'll be 13 months ago. Ran a decent race the last time. Its stablemate, Midnight Jewel, actually beat it. It won before of the second time of a layoff in Plumpton as well at this meeting 3 years ago. Only a 7-year-old. He could be the one carries top weight. Juggernaut. It's a front runner and it likes the track. They're off. On Monday, there is a 5 furlong sprint. I thought a horse with a each way chance. They're paying 4 places. Some of the bookies is Azure Zain for Richard Fahey. This is lightly raced. Skated home over 6 furlongs on the Goo in Wolverhampton. Then was put into a Class 2. Ran the Class 2 here. Ran the Class 2 here. It wasn't beaten all that far, even though it shows 11 and 25 and 15 and 17, only beaten 8 and 6 lengths. Back down to a more realistic level of a Group Class 4. Travelled sweetly, and 2 decent horses like Lord Bertie and Rouse and Encore coming down on the handicap. Only collared it close home. Step back and trip, no harm. Draw could be a problem because it's drawn wide, but if the horse drawn from 10 won it last year, and I think it was also 3-year-old, was it? It was from 10 out of 10 on soft ground, so it needs to get out. If that's the only thing, they need to get out fast tomorrow. So put a little. There's that change of mind. Remember we back that. That'll win a race at some point, but I'm fed up tipping it. I tipped it twice, it hasn't run for us. It will win a race at some point. But each way bet on Azure Zain. There is this race. That's the race that I'm on about. Skipping and a jumping. It was a brown-eyed girl, wasn't it? I'll be carrying a penalty tomorrow if it runs. If it doesn't, be an interesting one. If a ribby as a reserve, a 3-year-old, if that gets in, Ribchester, they love cutting the ground, and it won on soft ground before. If that gets in instead of our own, but if we'll have to go with it. I'd love to see it run at a mile, but a fast run. If that was a slower pace today, it wouldn't have won the bloody thing. Like, even though it's the best horse in the race, but the pace was there. They went off at breakneck speed. But there's an each way bet as well, and we could do Azure Zain each way, this one each way, and then an each way little double on Narlita. The reason being that it's a mile and a half on soft ground. This ran, what is the race now? 72. 1:65, mile and a half in Bellestown on heavy ground, 2023. But this run here in Galway, behind Glen Royal, we were in this race, but it was second in that. Several winners has come out of that race, and two decent runs there. But it seems to be better over a mile and a half and with cut. It has that both boxes ticked tomorrow, so that's why I said might go for that each way. Just 11-2 shot, I think, is it? 11-2, paying 5 places. So I got this into the oven. I might have a wander downstairs and see what's cooking. Bash the bookies over and out.